Hello and welcome to SAP Learning Academy and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I will be going through an online MCQ test for SAP BW4 HANA, and here I have 10 questions with me and I will be going through all the questions one by one and explaining you what is this question is all about and what are the answers. And we will be choosing these options and we can see the score at the end of the test. And also you can access the same test by going into the website. This is our website saplearningacademy.com, and here if you go and you can just see the option called online test. So if you just click on it, and there are currently 4 tests available, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now in this tutorial I am discussing about set number 4. So you can also do and visit the other test if you want to test from your side, and also you can see the score, how much you are going to get. So we are talking about this test set number 4. So the first question is, if you select flag external SAP HANA view for master data for an info object, so what it generates? It generates an analytic view, attribute view, or both, or none of these. Look, if I tell you the background where it is available, if you open the info object, any info object in SAP HANA Studio, so there at the top you can find the option called, there will be 2 check mark called external SAP HANA view for master data. So if you select that, it will actually generate an attribute view, okay, not the analytic view. Okay, going for the next question. What is true about alpha conversion in SAP BI? So if you don't know much about the alpha conversion, you can see just my previous video where I have talked about the alpha conversion and what is this true. And it allows preceding zeros in order to match the total length, and also it is a conversion routine. So both the options are true here. So both option A and B. And third, question number 3 here is, high cardinality is used. You might have heard about this high cardinality. So what is the use of this? And the option number A, when we do not expect large number of attribute needed for a characteristics, and that is wrong, because we choose high cardinality when we need for a characteristics where a large number of attribute is needed. So that's what this option C is telling. It allows to store more than 2 million attributes for a characteristics. So option C is always correct. And alongside this, look at this option B. Actually, when you choose a high cardinality option for an info object, what happens? That info object will not have persistent SID table or no SID table. So both these options are correct. So the best is both B and C. Going for the next question. Enhanced master data update allows an info object for, if you go into the info object modeling, if you open any info object in the SAP HANA Studio, so you can, in the right hand side, you can find these various properties that you can set, and one of the properties is enhanced master data update. So what is this all about? So if you see in HANA Studio, you can find the options like master data, text, authorization, but this one is actually new in SAP BW4 HANA. So what it allows? And option 1, inbound and outbound table is created, delta update is possible to further targets, and both option A and B and only B. So what do you think? If you think something different, you can type in the below comment box and definitely I will be answering those. Here the option will be both A and B, because when you actually select this check mark for an info object, then it triggers, it is now possible to set the delta update. So when the delta update is possible, then you will have this outbound table and inbound table, means changelog table is created. So that's what these both options are correct. Now going for the next question, the question number 5, and this is an interesting question for many interview or many competition exam. Maximum how many characteristics can be compounded to an info object? When you are actually designing an info object, you can see there is another tab called compounding. So what is this compounding all about? Actually, you are actually attaching, or you are actually adding the superior object of the info object. So how many characteristics can you actually select? That's actually 13. 13 info objects can be compounded to an info object. Now going to the question number 6, and I believe it is getting interested for all the viewers that not only I'm just going through the questions, I'm actually explaining what is this question about and clearing all the facts behind these answers. And in this question, time dependent master data table naming convention start with. So again, it is all about the info object. So here there's an option called time dependent master data table. So there are time dependent, time independent tables are there, and so attribute tables are there. So if I talk about time dependent master table, the naming convention starts with this Q, PICQ. And now going to the next question. In SAP BW4 HANA, which read access types is possible for info object? So there are actually, this is especially for SAP BW4 HANA. So which type of actually access type is possible? And here if you go and check, all these three options are possible. So all of this above. Now very interesting question here. Changelog allows for delta extraction and rollback of request is possible. So you need to select it's a true or false. As you might know that changelog allows for delta extraction. Yes, that is true. And similarly, rollback of request is possible, meaning that if you actually delete a request, then your data in the active table will be rolled back. It will be like previous stage. So that's what the changelog does. So the answer is actually true in this sense. Going to the next question, the question number 9, and that is interesting. So naming convention of reporting view of an ADSO. So what is the naming convention? If you create a ADSO, there will be, if you create like an standard ADSO, there will be inbound table naming ends with 1, then active table ends with 2. Like in this case, there will be changelog table ending with 3. But what is this reporting view? It's actually a view, not not any persistent table. So it is only available in SAP HANA, and that's answer is 7, ending with 7. That's what we call it, reporting view. But you can find more tables like which is ending with 6. This BIC/A is fixed for table naming convention. So 6 for this extraction view and 7 for the reporting view. Okay. So now going to the last questions of this test. So what is false about aggregation level? So you may have heard about this aggregation level. So now let's clear these questions. What is false? It is a virtual layer. It is true. Yes, aggregation level is a virtual layer because it is created on top of the next question, next answer. It can be created on composite provider. Yes, right. Since composite provider is a virtual layer And again, you can create aggregation level on top of composite provider. So aggregation level is always a virtual layer. Third, it is a persistent layer like an ADSO. Yes, that is the wrong thing in this answers. And queries can be created on top of aggregation level. Since aggregation level is one kind of provider, and that is created based on composite provider, so we can create the queries on top of aggregation level. So this answer is incorrect. It is a persistent layer like an ADSO. It has never been a persistent layer. So now once you complete this, you can have this option called submit. Click on this submit button and you can see your particular scores. So I will click on view scores. So here you can see the 10 out of 10. So you can just try by yourself. And also I have explained all the answers and questions. I believe you have liked my tutorial. If you have really liked it, like in the below comment box, and please subscribe my channel if you are new to this sessions and channel. And yes, if you want to visit and do your test by yourself, go to any of the tests here and you can actually do by yourself. You can see some of the contents in the home. If you like it, you can just go through by yourself and you can see the contents you like. So please comment in the below comment box what you like, what you don't like, what you recommend. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you again with another interesting video.